Good morning, children. Today we are going to see a different topic about hydrosphere. What do you mean by hydrosphere? Yes, it's about the study about the water bodies which is present on the earth surface. Our planet Earth consists of four spheres, namely lithosphere, atmosphere, hydrosphere and biosphere. Now, in this chapter, we are going to study about hydrosphere. One of the important natural resources on Earth is water. The water is present on the Earth. Because of that, it is also called as blue planet because maximum area is covered by water and small percentage is covered by land. So the water which is present on the earth consists in the various forms found on the earth. Over 97% of the water on the Earth's surface is confined to oceans. Yes, maximum the southern hemisphere fully covered by the water bodies, namely as oceans. Ocean means a large area covered by water. So when the land is covered by a large area means it is called as continent. So in the same way, when the water is covered in a very large area means it is called as ocean. So this ocean is present on the earth in a large area. So less than 3% only covers the water in different types called as glaciers, ice caps, groundwater, rivers, lakes and also as a water vapor. Water vapor means what? ஆவியா போறது நீர் தண்ணி ஆவியா போறது தான் வந்து water vapor. So only less than 3% of water is present on the land as these types of water. The earth water is not static. That means it is not in the same position. It will be having the process of hydrological cycle. That means the water is always in the movement. The water is in the form of evaporation, moves upward and forms the clouds and finally it gives us rain in the name of precipitation. So this process, this normal process is called as hydrological cycle, water cycle. Hydrological means water. So hence it is called as hydrological cycle. The three major processes for hydrological cycle is evaporation, condensation and precipitation. Evaporation means due to the sunlight, the rays evaporate, நீராவியா ஆக்குறது, தண்ணிய ஆவியா மாத்துறது, evaporate the water and finally it goes upwards, condensation, forms the clouds, the water droplets inside the clouds. And finally, the precipitation. Precipitation is nothing but the rainfall. When the clouds are saturated. Saturated means what? அப்படியே வயிறு ஃபுல்லா இருக்க மாதிரி இனி எதுவும் நம்ம சாப்பிட முடியாதுன்னு ஒரு நிலைமை வரும் இல்லையா அந்த மாதிரி when the clouds are saturated then again it moves down as rainfall. Understood, children? Yes. So there is a constant movement in the water. That means it is forming as a water vapor, condensation and finally precipitation. So these process is daily going on process. So this water resources is divided into two types called fresh water and salt water. Fresh water. One of the type which is present, one of the water resource which is present on the earth's surface is fresh water. This is considered to be the very purest form of water. So it contains very less salt when compared to the ocean and sea. So that's why it is called as fresh water. On the Earth's surface, the major part of the water, fresh water, is found in the frozen state in the Arctic Circle and in the Antarctic Circle as ice caps and glaciers. So around 1% of it is found in liquid state as rivers, streams, lakes, ponds, etc. So the surface water, when it penetrates through the porous rocks means what? When the rock is having the capacity to absorb the water means the water enters under the ground. So it forms a new type of river called as underground water. So the river which is when the water is moving on the surface, it is called as river, and when the same water penetrate through the porous rocks and finally when it moves down under the earth's surface means it is called as underground water. Oceans. The continent and the ocean. What is meant by the continent? When the large area covered by land, it is called as continent. When the large area covered by water, it is called as oceans. So these two different parts on the earth's surface is not at all equally distributed. So the southern hemisphere is called as water hemisphere and the northern hemisphere is called as land hemisphere. Why it is called so? Because 81% of the water is, 61% of land is covered in the northern hemisphere and 81% of water is covered in the southern hemisphere. So that's why it is given the name as the northern hemisphere called as land hemisphere, because maximum continent like North America, South America, Europe, part of Africa, Asia, all the major continents are located in the northern hemisphere. So it is called as land hemisphere. The southern hemisphere is maximum covered by the water and part of continent only is situated in the southern hemisphere. So 81% of water is covered there. So that's why it is called as what, children? Yes, very good. Water hemisphere. So in this chapter, we have so far discussed about the lithosphere, hydrosphere, atmosphere and biosphere. What are the four spheres which is present on the Earth's surface, and the hydrological cycle, and also the fresh water and the ocean salt water, and also why the northern hemisphere is called as land hemisphere and the southern hemisphere as water hemisphere. I hope children you are all able to understand the video very clearly. Thank you children.